The perfect package of size, strength, ball handling, and court vision. Jason Kidd ranks second all-time in career assists and steals and is in the top 5 all-time in triple-doubles. He appeared in 3 NBA Finals, winning it all with the Dallas Mavericks in 2011.
When I get to the NBA, I don't know what I might do, but I might surprise you with one of these.
What I love most about Jason Kidd is his basketball IQ and his ability to create a shot for his teammates when most of your average point guards don't know how to do that. And then when you think about Jason, he puts the ball right where the shooter can just shoot the basketball. That's what makes him special.
You don't want to be out getting a hot dog or popcorn or a Coke when it's time to play and kids in the ballgame.
He was a winner, a guy who also worked on his game and improved every single year. When he came in, everybody said he can't shoot. Well, what happened? He proved everybody wrong. He worked on his game. Then he was able to not only knock down the 18-footer, but then he could step behind the three-point line and hit the three-point shot. I think every year his game evolved and got better and better and better. And every night you knew he was a triple-double threat.
Triple-double number 79 for Jason Kidd, now by himself, 3rd on the all-time list.
In a regular game, I got a chance to play with Jason Kidd in the 2000 Olympics. And I thought me being a big guard, playing with those guys, I had seen it all as far as passing. Jason Kidd was making passes in our practices and in our games, and I run to a gold medal in 2000 that I had never seen, and I thought I saw it all. Fast, quick, strong. I describe him as a point coach, and that was since his rookie year.
Now you come over the top. Here, if it's not there, you come out, you might have him again coming here.
Here's a point coach, and I think obviously you see now the evolution of Jason Kidd. He's coaching again with the Dallas Mavericks, but I've always from day one said, is he one of the best point guards? Obviously, yeah. But I had a description for Jason Kidd as point coach since his rookie season.
With the 2nd pick in the 1994 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Jason Kidd from the University of California.
Jay Kidd was the guy that when he first came into the league, he wasn't a big three-point shooter. The great ones, they always work on their games and they always improve. And Jason, as the years went by, teams would just say, okay, we're going to give Jason a three-point shot. Well, Jason ended up being one of the top three-point shooters in the NBA history. So he worked on his game, he worked on his craft. Kudos to Jay Kidd because he was a guy that every single night you had to bring your A game. And Jay Kidd wasn't about scoring the ball. He was about making his players better. I think if you ask Jay Kidd, would he take 40 points or have 15 assists, I'm sure every time he would say 15 assists.
There it is. Assist number 10,000 for Jason Kidd.
Jason was one of those guys in practice. If you set up certain kinds of drills that were competitive, he was the guy that would always think real quick and figure out the best way to win the drill, and then he'd win the drill every time.
I love to hear my teammates say, how did you do that? Because a lot of times I'm thinking to myself, how did he catch it and finish it?
What a play.
I remember when we used to play against Jason Kidd, he would always whisper. And I'd be like, damn, what is he saying, dude? And he'd be talking to the dudes on his team and moving his eyes. And I would be so fascinated by him and trying to figure it out.
They'll put that in a time capsule, tell you how vital Jason Kidd is in every way.
When you think about just great leaders, you look at the Tom Brady's of the world, you think of the Joe Montana, then you think of a Stockton, the Magic. Look at Jason Kidd like that. Everybody he played with, he made them better.
How did he do it?
That's not supposed to happen.
When you talk about Jason Kidd, you have to talk about his extraordinary vision.
No question. Jason Kidd, one of the greatest passers in the history of the NBA. He saw the floor. He dominated the game with his vision, with his ability to deliver the basketball, and his incredible energy. I don't know if there was someone who played as hard as Jason Kidd. His ability to get a rebound, go from free throw line to free throw line, and he's a big guy. He's 6'4", 6'5", flying up and down the court and finding people. And sometimes you say, like, how did he see that person, or how did he make or deliver that pass? But he was an exciting point guard and really an unselfish guy that thought pass first.
Eventually, though, he needed to start to shoot the ball. And while he wasn't a good shooter early in his career, he grew into one. How much more dangerous did that make him later in his career?
Well, first of all, adding the shooting allowed him to play and be effective even longer. But when he got to that point, you know, as you said early on, wasn't known for being a shooter, and then became a really capable and efficient three-point shooter. And that combined with still his speed, his intellect, his size, you know, he had some years where he was really dangerous. The best point guard, without a doubt, in the league for some of those years. Took those Nets teams and had some long, you know, deep runs in the playoffs. But yeah, his shooting, for a guy who they joked about the lack of shooting early in his career, became a great three-point shooter and one of the all-time greats in terms of three-pointers made. So a great player who worked at his game, worked at his craft, and had a tremendous Hall of Fame-worthy career.
We know about him as a head coach now, but he was always a head coach on the floor. As an opponent of his, what type of leadership did you see him display?
You know, he wasn't a loud guy, wasn't necessarily a raw guy, but you could tell that he was a leader. He had a presence about him. You could tell that his teammates respected him. They looked to him not just for guidance during the game or direction, but they looked to him for confidence. And he had that ability to instill confidence on both ends of the floor. So, no question, an extension of the coach during his playing days, and now he is the coach at this point of his life. And just a great basketball mind, one of the great players that was fun to watch.
When we traded for him, we actually saw each other in the All-Star game. I think he was still in the East Locker, and we sat down and talked a bit. And he's like, hey, you know, I want to kind of come and make this work. And we traded for him, you know, really excited for him, obviously followed his career. You know, was a big fan, and he came so close in Jersey a couple times, going all the way to the finals. That's just was satisfying for me as well to get one player that's, you know, one of the best ever, one of the greatest ever at his position. You know, at the finals, we decided to go small and start JJ. What that means, he had to slide over and guard either LeBron or Wade. And you know, there's always a picture that hangs up in our locker room that kind of as a motivation, and there's a 38-year-old Jay Kidd picking up LeBron full court in the finals. There's this old guy, and you know, this is how much defense and winning meant to him, that he picks up, you know, probably the greatest player on the planet at half court or even three-quarter court, and pushing the ball where he wants to do it. He was amazing even at that age, and we were all happy, and his organization was happy that we got to help him get the ring.
The Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions, the first title in franchise history.